Time for tip-off as NBA 2K16 brings another year of basketball to home consoles and PC. This year features a host of improvements on and off the court, from defensive control to the career mode, enhanced by film director Spike Lee. Does the reigning champion of basketball simulation defend the crown, or should you take the season off? Gameplay has improved since last year, most notably defense. Centers and power forwards no longer dominate the inside lanes and have a harder time exploiting easy dunks and layups. Additionally, the new physics make the larger players feel slow and heavy, which creates vulnerabilities in their ball handling. This helps make the entire team valuable and puts a greater emphasis on jump shots and smaller, speedier characters. It can still be hard to stick to the ball carrier though, even for the fastest players, and pick and roll screens are overly efficient. But it's still a solid step up from 2K15 overall.
What a pleasure to finally meet the queen mother of this young talented man, even if only by telephone.
That's sweet. Hang on, Frequency, here comes your father.
Hi.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone's well.
How you doing, Mr. P?
I'm doing good.
So let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do this.
A huge emphasis has been put on crafting a realistic story mode for this year's My Career mode with help from film director Spike Lee. You begin by creating a character with unique attributes and features, but certain aspects, like his birthplace, are locked in for story purposes. While the story is predictable and sometimes bogged down by 20-minute-long cutscenes, it puts context and value on your created character. Rising from high school to college to the NBA is a meaningful journey, and the fact that the character can be used in nearly every mode in NBA 2K16 makes him feel more important than other NBA superstars. Once the story is complete, a wealth of additional options open up, like brand endorsements and player connections. These offer chances to earn cards for other modes, cosmetic items for your player, or currency to level them up. And juggling the pros and cons of each connection is a fun minigame in itself.
The Ballers have moved to the grounds of the Sunset Beach Resort, featuring a 1.5 million gallon aquarium with whale sharks, manta rays, turtles, and a water slide that passes through the center of it all.
My Park returns, but it's smoother and more stable than last year. You take your created character to one of 3 teams and play against other players in online matches. Matches vary from games of horse to 2v2, 3v3, and 5v5. It can sometimes take a few minutes to gather enough people for a match, but the fact that the winning team stays on the court adds an extra layer of tension to win each game. It's a great place to flaunt your progress visually and statistically, especially when you dominate or cooperate with other players. Unfortunately, 2K Pro-Am doesn't have the same level of stability as My Park. At the time of launch, getting into games is a lot harder than it should be, and we experienced a range of matchmaking and visual glitches, as well as system crashes. It's more structured than My Park, letting you group up to create a custom team to take on the world. This is where we expect the most competitive players to end up, so hopefully the issues get sorted out soon. MyLeague and MyGM are largely the same as last year, but with more customization. MyGM is single-player, and you manage franchise decisions like salaries, arena aesthetics, trades, and even team location. MyLeague is nearly identical, but with the option to play online against 29 other players. This is a great place to play traditional seasons of basketball and attempt to win the World Championship. However, the amount of customization can be overwhelming thanks to unintuitive menus, and we wish the tutorials made things more clear.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Suns.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
If there is one huge gripe about NBA 2K16, it's the implementation of microtransactions. While it's not new to the series, it creates pay-to-win scenarios in nearly every game mode. By spending real money for virtual currency, you can essentially max out your created character's attributes and open hundreds of card packs to obtain the best players in my team. Even though you can technically earn all of these things for free, it would take dozens of hours compared to someone buying it in seconds.
With the added minutes, the production has gone up as expected. Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
The presentation remains faithful to the high standards set by the 2K franchise. Halftime and post-game shows return, as well as sideline interviews with star players. It's fun to see your created character interviewed, making references to the story mode, but we noticed tons of repeated lines of dialogue from the commentators.
I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I could be.
Visual Concepts has done a commendable job with just 1 year of development. NBA 2K16 boasts many on-court improvements over last year, most notably on defense, that help create a better flow during games. Although the microtransactions devalue certain aspects of the game and Pro-Am has connection issues, the on-court changes and additions are worth checking out for basketball enthusiasts.
Jack against Knight. To the inside, Len, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.